Polls confirm what seemed patently obvious to even a casual observer. Trump is stepping in it, and his party is getting pulled down trying to cover for him. While it's tantalizing for Democrats to do everything in their power to keep the name Epstein in every news cycle, if they want to win next November, they'll need more than yet another sex scandal involving Trump. James Carville, the famous Democratic campaign manager, recently penned a roadmap for his party if they want to exit the political wilderness next November and win big in the midterms. His advice is straightforward and, I believe, a coherent opposition that will play in coastal districts as well as middle America. The big, beautiful bill that Trump strong-armed Republicans to go along with is not just overwhelmingly unpopular with the public, it will become even more so as its consequences start to settle in. It broke promises he and those same lawmakers previously made to constituents, and it's a nakedly obvious gift to the rich at the expense of the poor. Carville believes Democrats can drive this point home by demanding a repeal of the legislation. Among other things, he says they should demand a repeal to protect Medicaid. Now, the more than $1 trillion slash from the program are a big problem. The 12 to 15 million Americans who are going to lose their health care, the nursing homes and rural hospitals will be shuttered because of a spending bill that guts a critical and popular program, even a bigger deal. Democrats should demand a repeal to save the deficit. Trump and his party, who campaigned on fiscal discipline and balanced budgets, will instead explode our debt to the tune of nearly $3.5 trillion over the next decade. Republicans, if you remember, they justified Musk and his Doge bros taking a chainsaw to a host of federal programs because we supposedly couldn't afford tens of thousands of federal jobs and spending funds primarily to help the less fortunate. But they can afford this. Democrats should demand a repeal because the richest Americans get the biggest tax cuts, with the working class and the poor becoming poorer as a result. The GOP legislation needs to be repealed because the elderly, veterans, disabled, and kids are all hurt by it. Students with college loans get hurt. So do children and seniors who will now go hungry because food assistance was gashed to pay for those tax cuts. Carville is right. By next year, the pain of this disastrous plan will be all too real. Democrats, they have a unifying message for both wings of their party, in a clear contrast to Republicans who promised not to touch Medicare and drive up debt, only to do the exact opposite when Trump stomped his feet. Now, I know recent history paints an accurate picture of Democrats that often resembles a circular firing squad. But if they haven't found the motivation for party discipline after the past 6 months of a once unimaginable assault on democracy, then my friends, they never will. Trump will, as sure as the sun will rise, continue to self-sabotage himself with scandals, lies, and attacks on norms. If Democrats want to win, they shouldn't waste their time trying to define Trump. We all know what kind of a person he is. No, they should remind the people that their lives are worse off because of him and his party. And if they get back in power, they'll repeal his signature disaster.